folks, Dice Kitty here. I have another retro recap for you this week. Memorial Day was Monday, so I decided to choose some military soldier themed books to cover for my retro recap this week. So for the first one, we have G.I. Joe, Real American Hero number 270, and this is actually cover B, so it's like a variant cover. Alright, I did not watch G.I. Joe growing up. I was not interested in G.I. Joe, and after reading this comic, I'm still not. I'm sorry. G.I. Joe is very popular, and I understand that. The art in this is fine. The art is actually really good. I thoroughly enjoyed, overall, the art of it. The story itself, and that's the interior art. It's very pretty. But the story, it's not that it's poorly written, I have no clue what's going on. And I don't know if it's because maybe I jumped in the middle of an arc, or I just don't know anything about G.I. Joe. So the characters, I have no clue who any of the characters are. I know some of the names just because if you're from a kid from the 80s, you know who some of the G.I. Joe folks are. Like Snake Eyes, I know who that kinda. I know what he looks like. But some of these other characters, I have no clue who they are. And I'm sure they're pretty popular characters, but they're just not... Oh, I know who, that guy, I think his name's Cobra Commander. So, I know who that is. But, other than that, I think that's Snake Eyes. The guy on the table. But, I don't know who the chick is. And they call her Laura? I don't know who Laura is. I don't know who a lot of these folks are. And I've seen this guy, the Silver Surfer looking dude. I've seen him several times. I just don't know his name. But they're all trying to rescue Snake Eyes in this book. And I think the bad guys, some of the bad guys maybe, are trying to also do something where Snake Eyes is being held at. I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't quite understand this book, but I still read it. Writing is not bad. The writing's fine. The art, like I said, I love the art. I probably will not read any more G.I. Joe books unless they're older ones. And Jeff actually has a whole bunch here at the store, like these. I would probably read the older books because they look like they might be a little easier to follow, just because they have more information in them. This particular issue, unless you're currently reading this, may be a little hard to follow. So, like I said, it was okay. If G.I. Joe's your thing, definitely come check it out. Jeff has a whole bunch of G.I. Joes up here on the table. That's part of his pick of the week stuff, is G.I. Joe, Punisher, Nick Fury, a book called The Nam, and Sergeant Rock stuff. Okay, that's the other book I read. Sergeant Rock number 409. And this story's called Friendly Fire. Now, I've got lots of friends in the military. I've been around a lot of military type people. And from the stories that I've heard from them, this book sounds an awful lot like what they've described to me. And it is extremely depressing. Sergeant Rock takes a group of folks to go scout, and none of them make it back. It's so sad, but it's pretty close to the truth from what I understand. There's no super powered people here. This is actual military soldier type stuff. As sad as this book was, I really liked the Sergeant Rock book. And I don't like military books. I don't like war books. I don't like war stories. But I did like this one. And both of these books, the G.I. Joe and the Sergeant Rock, are up here at the store, available for purchase. and along with a whole slew of others. I named off a whole bunch of others. But the art in the Sergeant Rock, this is some Kubrick. This is some classic stuff here. But I did enjoy this one. It's not one that I would pick up and read just to read. Like, if I had a copy and had nothing else to do, I'd probably read it. But other than that, I'm not big on the war story books. But it was a good story. So, and it kind of lets you see war from a different perspective. So, good book. The G.I. Joe, not poorly written, just not my thing and very confusing because I haven't been keeping up with it. So that's it for this week. And to all of our military folks out there, thank you so much for your service. I definitely appreciate it, and I hope that everyone else who's out there watching appreciates it as well. Live long and prosper, and glory for the Empire. Kapla!